Go for it, Charlotte.
Okay. Good morning, future CTC Eagles. How are you this morning? Well, good. Okay. Welcome to our Protective Services Career Cluster. So this morning you're going to hear from several different department chairs, and they're going to give you a little explanation about their departments and kind of where this will lead you. So we hope that you hear something that's interesting for you and will help you along your pathway. Feel free to ask questions, and if you'd like, there is a chat option there, so you can just type in your questions or ask away. Okay, so again, good morning, and we'll get started. Bruce, did you want to add anything?
No, again, this is public service and we cover teaching. We cover protective services along with the police academy. Kinesiology is also here and several other departments. So hopefully we got you, you're where you want to be. And again, as Charlotte said, feel free to ask questions in the chat, or when we come to a break in the action here, you can feel free to ask your question verbally here if you're on the WebEx. So Maria's got the PowerPoint ready to go. So who's ever up first, take it away.
Okay, thank you, Bruce. I think that's me. We're just going to go ahead and get started. So, do you have a calling or a career in public service? We've heard some students say they know where they're going already, their career path, but we also have one that's still unsure, so maybe this is going to help. These are the fields of studies that we're going to be covering: child development, criminal justice, fire service administration, homeland security and emergency management, kinesiology, paralegal, police academy, and teaching. Is this for you? Do you feel a calling to teach? I know one of our students is looking at getting a teaching degree. Or do you want to work with children? Child development or teaching might be for you. Are you interested in the career of fitness, athletic training, or coaching? We have a coach here. Coach Mape is going to talk a little bit about a kinesiology degree. Are you compelled to protect and serve? Fire Service Administration, Homeland Security and Emergency Management, or Public Academy is waiting. So we'll also have a little bit of information about that. Or are you passionate about a career in the legal field? Paralegal is a good start. Here are some benefits of your public service. Does a service career appeal to you? Do you want to be proactive and give back to your community? Or do you want to make a significant difference in the real world? Why choose a paralegal at CTC? A paralegal is also known as a legal assistant or a legal clerk. It is a professional who, by training and experience, is qualified to perform a legal function under the direction and supervision of an attorney, court, or military command. CTC's paralegal legal assistant programs equip students to gain employment in federal, state, military, and private sector law departments, even go on to law school. Here's some information about the paralegal. As far as annual salary, you can see that it's about $48,921. The market growth rate is 5 to 8%. If you want to become a lawyer, you do have to continue going on to school to get your bachelor's degree, and a study beyond that bachelor's degree is required to become a lawyer. Potential earnings is $114,970 annually for a lawyer, and their market growth is between 5 and 8%. Does anybody have any questions about a paralegal? Well, we're going to be able to give you a short video.
Make sure your volume is up there.
I'm sorry?
We're not unable to hear it, so you need to use the volume in the share. I didn't know you had video.
Okay,
with the share, I would have told you how to do that.
that's okay. Um,
If you go to share, the little arrow right next to share, the little box, it's got the arrow pointing up. If you'll click on that, it should give you the audio options.
stop video. Well, let's go ahead and stop that video. Well, we'll try. So I don't see that, Bruce.
Okay, right where it says share on the bottom, where it says mute, stop video, then share.
Mm-hmm.
In that little box next to the word share, there's an arrow pointing up. If you'll click on that box, it should give you
The
the
volume,
audio options.
the volume's all the way on. Let's see. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll have to figure something out then. I didn't know you had video. I would have walked you through that, but that's okay.
Okay, so what do you want me to do?
You can just stop the video because if we can't hear it, we'll try to come back to it. So
Okay, so it's paused.
just go all the way to the end of the video where it
Stop
runs out,
sharing.
and there we go. And then when you start to share again, go back to your PowerPoint.
Oh, here, cancel. Oh,
Bear with
why
us,
am I-
folks.
Okay.
Bruce,
Sometimes
do you want me to see if Morgan can upload this?
yeah, if that's fine. But again, we have to make sure that we're able to hear it, and there's settings on the WebEx for the audio and video that we need to. Yeah, well, Jennifer, I'm not sure if you remember when Mary Sully talks, which of the the audio setting it is.
I'll look. I don't remember.
Okay.
Let's see.
So let's just go back to the PowerPoint, and we'll go on from there.
Okay. All right. Why choose teaching at CTC?
Here we go,
Yep.
Catherine.
Are we good?
Yeah, it's starting to, it hasn't loaded yet. Your screen hasn't shared yet. So,
Oh,
so
sorry.
if you'll hit share and then hit the PowerPoint again,
Wow.
hopefully it'll pick up right where you left off.
I'm in it, but I'm not seeing you guys. Share. There we go.
Again, there might be just a little bit of lag between. There we go. You're starting to share, and there you go. We're back to teaching.
So teaching. So a teaching program is ideal for students wishing to become teachers. And so we do have a teaching program. And so students can complete their first 2 years here at CTC, or they can continue on to a 4-year institute to complete their studies. So the basic salary for teachers with a teaching degree in Killeen is about $53,300. You teach in district. You can also earn extra funds if you're going to be a bilingual classroom teacher or a special education teacher. And just for your information, high school shortages are math, physics, and chemistry, which you get an extra stipend for that. Technical education teachers is about $1,300 to $2,000.
Whoever the call-in user is, can you mute, please? Thank you. Go ahead, Maria.
Thank you. There's another video.
I'll tell you
Like
what, I'll show them the website
Okay,
when we're
thank
done
you.
with this, and then they can pull up the videos when they need to, if we haven't figured out the audio port yet.
Okay,
Okay.
that sounds
Bruce, and
good.
I have Morgan working at the.
Okay, well, if Morgan's ready to go with that, then we can try it.
Okay.
But if not, we can wait till the end and get the videos. There's a Explore Academic Programs page on our website, and it has each of these programs, teaching, the criminal justice, child development, all those on one site, and each one has a video associated with that. So we're able to show you those later, or you're able to access those on your own if we're unable to get this rolling right now. So Morgan, how are we doing on that, or do we need to move on?
I have the PowerPoint. It's just not the most up-to-date one. Would Marilyn please send me the most up-to-date one and I can
Okay, well, we're wondering about the video portion. She wanted you to
The-
get the video audio.
specifically just the videos?
Yeah, and we need the audio part to work.
Morgan, what's your full name? I'm sorry.
You're good. Morgan Powell.
Oh,
Let me see if I can't do it from my end here. Okay. I am going to try my best to get this to share here, so. All right, you guys seeing the screen there?
yes.
All right, there's the audio. Can you hear that?
I do actually really enjoy.
Can you hear the video?
Yes, barely.
Teacher,
Can you
these are
turn it
great friends, and it's all gonna be great, and here's why, and you're gonna be part of it. This program is the Associate of Arts in Teaching, the AAT program. And it's basically the first 2 years of a 4-year degree plan for students who are interested in becoming public school teachers. The first class they take in our department is EDUC 1301, which is Intro to Teaching. And they actually are put in the field right away. They have contact hours with children in the public schools at all the different grade levels immediately. Something else interesting about our department, and that I think is really helpful for students, is that we do have a good working relationship and articulation agreements with Texas A&M University, Central Texas, and Texas Tech University. So most of our students actually do transfer to one of those two schools after they finish their first 2 years in our AAT program.
All right, so let's go back to this and I'll stop sharing if I can figure out how to get to the full screen here again. Anyway, bear with me.
Go ahead and hover your mouse over the top if you're trying to stop sharing. It'll be right at the very top of your page.
Oh, there it is right there. Thank you.
Mhm.
All right, now we can pull the PowerPoint back up if you want to move on from that. Did you have any questions, Catherine, about teaching from that little video? I can.
I think I got most of it down. Thank you.
Okay. Well, let me go back to share just a little bit more, and I'll share something else with you here that we haven't talked about. If you can see my screen now, we've got the breakdown of career potential earnings on here. We've got your pathway, and also if you click a little bit further down on teacher education, I don't know why that's not found, but usually it'll bring up the degree plan, all the classes that you need for to complete that degree. Okay, and I'll have to check and see why that did not go through. Here we go. There's the classes that you can take if you're ready to sign up for classes. These are the available classes. But the other link that I clicked on should have taken you to the degree plan, and I'm not sure exactly why that there's an error on that. But anyway, so that's where that is. So you can get more information about the classes that you need to take, and in each semester it's broken down. And so when you talk to your academic advisor, you're able to make sure that you're on the right track and not taking classes that you don't really need, and you're staying right on track with your degree plan. Okay, so that should be helpful. All right, so, and moving on, here we go, we're back to sharing the slideshow. So if you'll just full screen that slideshow and move on to the next one.
Mine is full screen.
Okay, there we go. Now it was just lagging.
Okay. So we have your screen and we also, okay, got it. My screen.
Maria, I am sharing now. Is that the problem? Because I was going to do the videos all at once.
Oh, see, sorry. Yes,
You're
that's
fine.
what it wasn't. Stop sharing. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, now it's fire service. I see what the problem is now. My bad. Okay.
All right, there we go.
There we are.
Okay, that's me, so I'll continue. My name is John Chell. I'm the department chairman for Protective Services and the Police Academy. And Fire Service Administration is one degree that comes under my purview in my department. Before I start on that, let me tell you that we offer degrees in law enforcement, criminal justice, corrections, and fire. These are what you normally think about when you think about public safety. If you live in Killeen or Copper Cove, you drive around town, you see the police department, police officers, the fire department, and all the firemen. That's what I deal with in my department. So this is a degree in basic firefighting skills. This degree is really intended for mid-management firefighters, somebody that's about halfway through their career that is looking for a promotion. Maybe they want to become a battalion chief or they want to become a fire chief. This is something that they would do to help them get that promotion and help them prepare for that job. If I can go to the next screen there. Firefighters are the good guys in protective services. Expected growth is about 5% over the next decade. There's always a need for firefighters locally and nationwide. Pay starts around $50,000, and that was from a stat from May of 2018 that has gone up a little bit. So I say 50 plus thousand. When you take this degree and you become a fire chief, national pay is about $72,000 per year. And I have the next slide. Oh, and that's all I have for fire.
Oh, I guess
John,
so.
okay, John, that fire administration is a relatively new degree, is it not?
It is very new. It is. We've had it on the books for about 2 years. It is still being developed. We do offer classes, and one thing about this is that the courses in the degree, they do have core courses, so anybody interested could take the core courses like English, math, history, the courses that are required of all degrees, and we do have 6 courses that are FIRT or fire courses. By the time you finish all the English, math, history, and those boring classes, then you can jump right into fire and you can get a degree. This may not be the right audience, but I will tell you that for those people that, if you know a firefighter, somebody that has gone to the fire academy already and has service with the fire department, I do give a value to credit. The department will give a value to credit for the fire academy, so you can get 12 semester hours credited to your degree for the training that you already have. That leaves you 2 fire courses that are required. Once you take those, then you have met all the requirements for the FIRT fire service degree. So just keep that in mind.
Now, I'm just going to ask out of curiosity, do you guys get any hands-on training in that field, or is it all a coursework kind of thing, or do you guys work with the local fire departments during that program?
That is an excellent question because a lot of people do ask that. This is not a fire academy. Fire academy is where you would go, like the police academy, to become a firefighter. That's where you learn how to roll hoses and climb ladders and get cats out of trees and go up on roofs of 4 or 5 story apartment buildings. That's where you learn all the hands-on. This, like I said, is for the audience for this degree is really mid-management, somebody that has already done maybe 10 or 12 years in the fire service, and they're looking for a promotion. They're looking to move up to be a chief or more executive position in the fire department.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, next up is kinesiology. Kinesiology is kind of I'm Coach Mapes, or Marilyn Mapes. I'm the head of the kinesiology department. Kinesiology is kind of broken into two areas. There's education and science. Education obviously is going to be more personal training, teaching, coaching, that sort of thing. And then the science area is more physical therapy, occupational therapy, recreational therapy, any of those areas. I will say athletic training and personal training are two different things. Athletic training is when you're working, that's more on the science side because you're working with athletes or people who have been injured and you're like first on the scene, where a personal trainer is somebody who's training you how to work out and be fit. So there's a, two different definitions there. The Associate of Science in Kinesiology can help you start your journey, get you started in the basic skills and terminology and knowledge about the body and knowledge about fitness. Our graduates can look forward to working in the areas that I mentioned. Besides just teaching, you can go into adaptive physical education, which is working with special needs or people with physical handicaps or, anybody who's not able-bodied. You can also go into recreation from this area, and work with, like rec clubs, like KPR or Harker Heights and those kind of things. Next slide, please. I will say that a 2-year degree, if you're going into education, is a good start, but you need to continue on with your 4-year degree and maybe even on to a master's. Because if you're going to teach, I highly recommend, if you want to teach physical education, that's great. But also I would have a core subject as a backup, English, science, math, one of those, history or social studies, to make you more marketable as a coach and a teacher. All the earnings are right there. A fitness trainer, 38,000, athletic trainer, 58. And athletic trainers, a lot of times the athletic trainers work with schools. So it kind of depends on what that school too is offering. Physical education teacher, this says 41,000. If you're in KISD, from what I understand, their first year teachers have gone up to almost $50,000. So that's gone up just a little bit in this area. Exercise physiology, 45,000. And then a coach is, again, goes along with the teaching because you get, stipend. You have to, in Texas, you have to teach at the school to be a coach, or within the district to be a coach for that district. You can't just walk in and be, say I want to coach and they'll let you take care of their kids. It's different in other states, but in Texas, you have to be a teacher. So I highly recommend getting a good core as a second teaching area, just to be on the safe side. Next slide, please. Okay, we have a cool video here to show our facilities and some of our classes and some of our very, energetic instructors.
Okay, hopefully we can get the audio on this. If you'll full screen the video and skip the ad. And again, we're not having the audio. Let me try my screen and see if we can't share it on my end, and then we'll take it from there. Kinesiology. All right. Share screen, kinesiology, share.
The faculty is well-rounded. They're very versatile when it comes to dealing with the students and the different demands that the students need. They're also very knowledgeable in the information that they're instructing. Also enjoy the facilities. The facilities are very great when it comes to applying the knowledge that you learn in class. They have a full functional gym as well as swimming pool, basketball courts, all the things that you need to apply everything that you learn in class.
We offer an associate's degree in kinesiology. Within that, we have the degree itself. Of course, with an associate's degree, it's a great transition to a bachelor's degree so that you can then go into exercise physiology and a few different dimensions within kinesiology. With just the associates, if one wanted to work immediately We can go into physical therapy, personal training, perhaps even athletic training. So there's quite a few opportunities. And we also have some certificates that are offered. Currently, we have a first aid certificate, and then we also have a personal training certificate. In the kinesiology department, we really have two separate components of it. We have lecture classes and activities. So for example, in the lecture area, we could take first aid, health, another class called concepts, which is a personal training style class. And we also offer the activity classes, anything from swimming, Muay Thai, spin bike, so various activity, lifetime sports type classes that we also offer. We love working with the students. We love our job. We have a passion for teaching. We really do care about the industry. We look forward to having as many students as we can going through our program and making an impact in the world.
So as you can see, we have a nice facility, and we have some very energetic teachers that love their jobs and love to get in there hands-on and get you excited about it as well. Next slide. Is that my last one? That's it. If you have any questions, come on by the gym. We are open.
Yeah, before we move on, Coach Mapes, talk about class delivery. Are there going to be some hands-on activities this fall semester, or is it going to be primarily a lecture the way things are?
Good question. Right now, we are offering the first 8 weeks. We are offering a blended spin and kickboxing courses. So 2 days of the week you'll be here hands-on with Coach Willis. She'll be teaching both of those, and then the rest of the time that she'll have some workouts for you to do. 2 days off, outside of class. I won't say off campus because you can come do it in the gym if you want. That's how the blended works. Part of it will be online. I am offering a face-to-face basketball class as well, as long as we can do that. Obviously, if you come into the facility, I highly recommend you wear a mask. We can't mandate it, just to be on the safe side, but we are doing everything we can to continue to make sure everything is clean and sanitized and ready for people to come in, for sure.
Right.
And then also we're offering regular online. All our lecture classes right now are online. And then the second 8 weeks, we'll have another set of blended courses. Depending on how things go, it will be, let's see, we'll have, we will be offering first aid, which is, the first aid and concepts are both lecture classes, but we'll be offering those blended. And then we will be offering yoga blended. So anytime you have the blended, it's two days out of the week that you'll be coming in here and working face to face.
Great. Thank you, Coach Mapes. No, we appreciate that. Thank you so much. So I know students always have an interest lately with, are they going to be able to come to the gym and work out for their classes or how that's going to work. So thank you. All right, moving on. John, I believe that's you, Homeland Security. Am I correct with that, or am I mistaken?
No, that is not me.
Okay.
You would think it would be, and maybe it should be, but I can tell you a little bit about it. Homeland Security is basically a relatively new degree, and because of what happened with 9/11, which everybody's familiar with, it was decided to have a degree in Homeland Security. It was brand new after 9/11, so this degree was built, and it is under the leadership of Dr. Ray Stevens, and it is housed in the Business Administration Department, where Les Ledger is the department chair. So it's not under my department, but if you call Les Ledger or Dr. Stevens, they can give you information on that. And like I said, this all came about because of what was happening in the world and what is continuing to happen in the world with Homeland Security, terrorism worldwide, domestic terrorism. And it is I've heard very good things about the degree program. I do believe it is entirely online now. And easy to take even during the pandemic. So it's available. There is a lot of interest in that. And like I said, if you have questions about that particularly, you can ask in the business administration department.
Okay, thanks, John. I'm going to share my screen on the Explore programs with that and kind of give you a breakdown. Here we are in the Explore programs, and you see the Homeland Security, the career potential, earnings, the different jobs that are available, such as a emergency management director, federal, state, local first responder, those kind of things. And again, we talk about the degrees and certificates, and hopefully this one will work if we get there. Yes, and you can see the different courses that are required to complete the degree from here. And of course, you've got your basics in there. You've got a physical activity course, and you've got your fine arts course and those kind of things. But there's introduction to Homeland, counterterrorism, and those kind of courses that are all required to complete this program. So again, as John said, there's also contact information, I believe. The contact information is 526-1789. If you want more information about the Homeland Security Department program, you can call 254-526-1789. All right, and I'll stop sharing and we can move on to the next screen. All right, there we go. All right, so as John pointed out, and as I pointed out on the Homeland Security webpage, there's your potential earnings, up almost $70,000 per year, depending upon the type of job. Police officer or firefighter, which John is definitely can tell you more about when we get to the police academy aspect of things. Federal, state, local responder, about $72,000 annually. And as also you can see, there's potential growth rate in each of those areas. So this is a high demand area, as John pointed out, based on what's going on in the world today. So there will be no shortage of job opportunities in this Homeland Security Emergency Management Program. So moving on. So, all right, who's talking about child development?
That would be me.
All right.
Thank you.
Well,
Okay, so child development, I was going to let you everyone know that we are offering scholarships for the child development program in the fall. So if you would like to know more about those, you can call our office at 254-526-1900 and apply for those scholarships. We also have different certificates that we're offering now. We're offering a certificate in child and youth services. And so you can look at our website and find out what you need for those. It's really first aid, coaching, sports, athletics, so kinesiology, child and special needs, which is stackable. This degree program is stackable towards your associate's degree, so that's good. And then we also have the Child Development Associates, the CDA, if you want to earn that, that's also stackable towards our associate's degree program. We also offer a certificate in teacher's aid that you can think about if that's what you want to do. And then your administrator's credential is also a certificate if you want to become a director of a child care program. So that's it on that screen. There's our little kiddos. There are 149 childcare jobs available in Killeen as of February of 2019. Our child development centers also have gone through a lot of openings and closings because of COVID. And so with COVID ramping up again, that's something that you will want to be aware of. But our Child Development Center is open. The lab school is open right now, so you can come into our lab school to do your lab hours and work with these little guys are precious. The average child care director salaries in Texas at this point are ranging from about $31,000 to $38,000. If you would like to come in and see us, you're welcome. I know that August 14th, we're also having that big event. And so our doors will be open for you to come in and see the Child Development Center and talk to our staff.
you want me to share my screen and show the video so we can get the audio?
Sure.
All
Thank
right,
you.
I'm glad to do that. All right. There's the child development page on the Explore Academic Programs.
This program is special because after you get the classroom setting and learn all the material you need, instantly you're able to go in a real life child development setting and apply what you learned.
The Child Development Department includes three components. The first is the Child Development Program, which includes an associate's degree and several certificates. We also have the Associate Arts and Teaching Program, which is more geared towards public school teachers. And we have a Child Development Center lab school, which is where students can do their observation hours for many of their classes.
And our goal as a lab school is to educate future teachers so that they're ready to work in this field. When you're actually doing a hands-on work with the children, when you're actually observing the teacher, you're getting so much more knowledge than you would get just from reading a textbook.
Eventually, we want to get you into your own classroom or own your own facility and be able to, if you're a director of a center or owner of a center, you'll be able to, let's say you take child guidance course, then you're going to be able to give that teacher information on some positive guidance techniques, iMessages, problem solving skills. And so we want to make sure that when you're here for lab, that you're actually implementing what you're learning in your lecture or your coursework, and you're applying it actually in the classroom with children.
Right.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you. Let me get my stop sharing going on here and get back to business at hand. All right. I know this is John's area of expertise.
Okay, I'm back on again. Like I was saying before, my department is called Protective Services. It used to be called Criminal Justice, and a lot of people still refer to it as criminal justice. The reason it's Protective Services now is because it does include the field of not only criminal justice, but also corrections and the police academy. So, as well as fire, as we just talked about a minute ago. Now, again, looking at the audience for this video, most students that would want to become a police officer would have to wait until they were 21 to do that. That's a requirement by the state of Texas, generally. So you might think, well, what do you do between the time you graduate from high school and the time that you go to the police academy? And here's an opportunity that's about 2 years that you could either come here and get a certificate of completion, which would be a 1-year degree, or you could continue and get the entire degree, an associate's in applied science in criminal justice or corrections, and prepare yourself for the police academy. And you might say, well, what if I don't want to go to the police academy? Well, criminal justice is a great foundation for many other fields. If you want to go to law school, you can learn the terminology, you can learn the concepts of criminal justice in America. Gives you a good background on working with the Constitution or constitutional law, and a very good foundation for that. You might want to become a probation officer or parole officer. There are many associated fields that go with that degree, and the degree will open up the door for a lot of different job opportunities that you may have. It's also a good degree to build off of. I think everybody should have a criminal justice degree, but that's my own thought. But if you go into, I've had many students come and get a 2-year degree in criminal justice and then go on to a 4-year school and get a degree in counseling or psychology or sociology, and they're very much related. And so don't think that you're limited to, well, I'm going to get a CJ degree and I have to become a police officer. No, that is not the case. So good foundation, builds up 2 years. If you get the degree and come back to go to the police academy, it will help you with the police academy as well. I've found that students that have a degree prior to going to the police academy tend to do better because they come in with the knowledge that they need, really, the understanding, the terminology, and they tend to do better in the police academy. If I can have the next slide there. All right, like I said, it's not just police. That's not what our department is about. Some other job opportunities there, like I mentioned, beside law enforcement, corrections, probation, parole, those are all associated. Again, the stats on here are a little bit dated. The pay there is for 2018, May of 2018. Probation officers, correctional treatment specialist, about $53,000 a year. That's $25 an hour if you want to think of it that way. Can I have the next screen? I think there's more dollars on there.
No, we're moving on to the police academy.
Okay. So this goes
to the criminal justice video, John.
If that's available, yeah, go ahead and show that.
Yeah, I will definitely do that. So yes, sir. Let me click the right button here. There we go. And as John had mentioned, Mr. Shelley had mentioned, there's different areas of expertise here: corrections officer, probation, corrections. And if we scroll down the page, you can see the criminal justice degree plan and so forth, all the credit hours that you need to complete the program and move on to whatever it is that you're willing to do in that area. But let me share the video here with you.
I'm in the criminal justice program because I've always been interested in learning more about the law. The professors all have years of experience in law enforcement. They're easy to approach and talk to. They will help you with whatever you need help with.
This is the criminal justice program, which falls under protective services, and it covers police, fire, and corrections. With our degree or certificate, they can go directly into working for police departments pretty much anywhere in the state of Texas, and also inside corrections, local and county jails as well.
All right, let's see if I can get this to start. Okay, there we go. All right, and as you saw through that video, there were several other options. Again, there's a little bit of forensic work in there and some other police assistance, crime lab kind of opportunities and so forth. So there's a plethora of opportunities through the Criminal Justice Protective Services Program. All right, John, let's easy segue into the police academy.
Right. I do want to point out one thing that Scott Lorenz noted in that little video there. Scott is one of our full-time faculty members here at teaches in the degree program and in the police academy both. Everybody that works in my department, comes out of the field. Everybody, Cliff Osborne is the director of the police academy. He is a retired Killeen police officer. I'm a retired Copper Scope police officer. Scott Lorenz worked for KPD and then he moved out on his own. He has a private investigative service here in Bell County. He is also a world-renowned forensics expert. In the police academy, we have Johnny Thomas. He retired from Bell County Sheriff's Office, and Brad Watson, who is a retired DEA agent. So when you come to class, whether it be in our degree program or whether it be in the police academy, everybody that teaches the classes has been there. They have done that. They have years and years of experience, and you learn it directly from somebody that's done that. It's not somebody reading a book to you telling you this is how it is. We all know how it is. All right, so the police academy. Now, we currently have 4 police academies each year. There are 3 in the daytime and there is 1 in the evening time. They run around 6.5 months in duration for the day academy. The night academy is around 11.5 months. It's called the Extended BPOC, Extended Basic Police Officer Academy. And it's stretched out over that time so that people have an opportunity to work, have a job, and then come to school in the evening. Now, we can't do 10 hours a night. Nobody would ever get any sleep. So they do about 4 hours for an evening, and then they come in on weekends occasionally to meet all the requirements of the academy. So there is a choice there. Either come for 6.5 months during the day or 11.5 months in the evening time. The end result is the same. What you have to do, you see on the slide there, said there's an acronym there, TCOLE. That's the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. In order to become a peace officer in Texas, you have to take the academy and you have to pass the TCOL exam. That's the state licensing board that administers the Commission for Law Enforcement. So they have a state exam, you have to pass it, and then you become a peace officer in Texas. It is also reciprocal to other states. So you can go to the police academy here, become employed here, or you can become employed through reciprocity to another state as well. Everything you need to know, you learn in the police academy. You learn it by hands-on, getting out and doing it. Today, the police academy is doing defensive tactics, so they're out there fighting in the backyard. They are being pepper sprayed, all those good things that you see on TV. It happens right here in life every day in classroom. They go to the firing range. They have to qualify with the weapons. They also get to drive high-speed pursuit, police driving, lots of hands-on in the police academy. There is some lecture time, but to learn things like the penal code, you have to have that book learning. But there is a lot of excitement that goes on in the police academy as well. All the instructors that we have that come from the outside, we have specialists that come and teach things like defensive tactics or driving or firearms. They are all current peace officers in Texas. They might work for DPS, they might work for KPD, they might work for Lampasas Sheriff's Office. They come from all over. So we get a wide variety of instructors and they bring their expertise with them. Is there another slide with this one? Okay, money. Everybody wants to talk about money. And actually, I used to tell people don't go into law enforcement for the paychecks, because when I worked in law enforcement, that was 25 years ago, the median pay for a police officer in Texas was around $24,000. Thankfully, that has increased greatly. The number on here again is from May of 2018. Said median pay is around $63,000, $64,000. That has actually gone up. There are many police officers in Texas that make 6 digits. They make over $100,000 a year, depending on where you go to work. Job outlook. If you watch the news, it may not sound like it's a good career to go into, but you hear about on the news all the retirements and the people that are leaving the police field. Guess what? We have interest every day in the police academy. Texas is very supportive of police officers. There is a great job outlook here in the state of Texas and other states as well. Where would you go to work? You could work for a municipal police department like Lane or Copper Cove. Municipal meaning that you work for the city of. If you're more interested in the county sheriff's departments, they tend to work larger areas. They get involved in different types of things like animal control, rounding up wild horses, working accidents that are caused by cows running out on the road. A little bit different. State police, obviously, Texas Department of Public Safety, DPS troopers. They work statewide. A lot of them work down on the border currently. Highway patrol, that is not all that DPS does. They have an investigative division. They have the Texas Rangers. They have criminal investigations. They have special crimes. So if you're interested in that, lots and lots of opportunities in the state police. And then you can even go into law enforcement at the federal level, like the FBI, DEA, ATF. Those normally require a 4-year degree. So when you come here and you get our 2-year degree, you go to the police academy, get a couple years experience. You get that 4-year degree, great stepping stone to get into federal law enforcement. You can work nationwide or even in some cases worldwide. So a lot of opportunity if you want to travel, if you want to make the big bucks, that's where it is in federal law enforcement. Do I have another slide on there? Oh, Police Academy video. Can you play that one, Bruce?
Yeah, oh, sure, sure. Let me get to the right page here. I was jumping ahead a little bit, but we'll get there. Police Academy. All right, let me share my screen. All right, here we go with Police Academy.
This program is special to me because it's my first stepping stone in becoming a police officer. I did the application process and got hired onto a department. And this is what's going to get me to that next step. It's a big milestone in becoming what I want to become.
The title of the program is the Basic Police Officer Course. It's mandated by TCO. We have to follow their curriculum. It's 696 hours. It's a 5-month course if they do the day course, and it's a 10-month course if they do the night class. Once they finish this program, they're eligible to take the TCO exam. And if they take and pass the TCO exam, they could be hired by any agency and become a licensed police officer. We have a very high success rate. We'll get with the agencies that need police officers, and we'll make sure that we put them in contact with the recent graduates.
Right. And if anybody is interested, TCO, correct me if I'm wrong, John, Texas Code of Law Enforcement, is that, or something? Am I close?
You're close. You got the Texas part right.
Okay.
It's, Texas Commission on Law Enforcement.
That's what it was.
And they are the regulatory body for us, and they set the curriculum. They make sure that we maintain the training, that we provide the proper training. I do want to mention that in that video you saw that Cliff said, I think 5.5 months and 10 months for the duration of the academy. We just in the fall of last year went through a curriculum change directed by TCO, so that has bumped our hours up now to about 6.5 months day academy and about 11.5 months for the night academy, like I stated before. So that was a little bit dated there, but we are under the guidance of TCO, so they change the curriculum, and we have to abide by that.
Okay, we do have a question. Desmond, if you're still with us, go ahead and ask your question. If you'll unmute, if you are muted.
Yeah, thank you. So when you go into police academy, there isn't a specific field that you can do, or do you have to do like everything that is given in the course?
No, it is called the Basic Police Academy. So you are going to learn everything that you need for the job. Basically, you obviously have to be able to use the weapons that are used by the police department. So you have to do weapons qualifications. You have to learn the laws of the state of Texas. You have to learn to protect yourself and be able to defend yourself. You have to learn how to drive. And, that sounds funny because people say, well, I know how to drive. I have a driver's license. The day you get in that car and have to drive through that driving course, you realize how little you learn when you get a driver's license. I mean, it's extreme when you drive a police car. But it is the foundation. So even if when you graduate from the police academy and you go to an agency, say, for example, if you go to Copper Scove, the training does not end with the police academy. They're going to put you through a program called the Field Training Officers Program, where a seasoned officer, a field training officer, is going to, for the next 11, 12, 13, 14 weeks, is going to take you through what does it take to be a police officer in Copper Scove or in Bell County SO or in Nolanville, or wherever you go to work for. So you're going to have additional training for about 3 months on top of that. And then you get put on probation. And then after a year, then you can work on your own. So It's kind of a long process, but it starts with that police academy foundation, the things that you learn there. You have to learn the law. You don't want to go out there and make arrest without knowing what the law is. You need to know what rights people have. You need to know what you can do as a police officer. Lots of things you have to do, and you probably heard the expression before that a police officer has to make a decision in a second, and a court has 2 or 3 years to determine whether that police officer was correct in the decision they made. So you have to be well prepared for all kinds of different situations. And if you ever hear a police officer use the word routine, you need to ask them what do they mean by that word routine. There is nothing routine in police work, I can tell you that. If you go on a call and you think, okay, I got this covered, this is a simple call, those are the ones that can quickly escalate into something that's deadly. So, but you learn all in the police academy, you know, how to make that right, hopefully make the right decision, make the right judgment call, and be prepared for what you're going to have to deal with in the public.
Yeah. So Desmond, in other words, you're going to learn everything from writing a ticket, how to drive that police car, to how to watch or how to investigate a crime scene. You're going to learn it all here. So, and that's, you know, that covers everything until you graduate from our academy and move on to the specific department where they will, as Mr. Cello said, give you further training in more specific areas. So you're going to learn it all here.
But let me make one other comment. There is, if you want to become a police, we get a lot of students that come here and they say, I want to become a detective. I want to become a narcotics officer. Okay, that all comes in time. You learn in the police academy, you go through field training. The first place you're going to go to work in any agency that you work for, you're going to work on the road. You're probably going to work midnight shift. You're going to go on every call there is because you're the rookie. You're going to be required to work traffic and work traffic accidents and clean up the dead bodies on the street. And then when you do 5 or 6 or 7 years, then you might be able to promote to detective or go into special crimes or work in narcotics. But you have to pay your dues. Nobody, with the exception of one student we have that I know of, nobody goes from being a rookie police officer to being a criminal investigator. That happens very, very seldom. So you do have to pay your dues, and you have to go through those steps. And if you work for a public safety department, it is probably going to be competitive. So there are exams that you have to take to get that promotion, or steps that you have to take to move up through the chain. Did that answer your question? I think I kind of got sidelined there a little bit, but
A little bit. So if you're not looking to become a police officer, but what they teach in police academy is what you're going for, do you still have to take that course in order to take whatever you want to do in the future? Like, do you have to go through police academy to do other jobs in criminal justice?
no, that's a good question. No. If you want to become a probation officer, you don't have to go through the academy. There is no academy for probation or parole officers. If you want to be a correctional officer and work for the Texas Department of Corrections, then you would go to their academy, and that's about 4 or 5 weeks long, I think, at the moment. And you do that after you are applying for the job, after you get selected for the job. Then they will send you to the Corrections Academy, which we do not offer here at the college, as offered by the state. Hopefully that answered your question.
And one last one. So
Sure.
the field I'm going for is forensics. So is there a course that I have to go through to take a class on that, or is that through police academy?
That would not be the police academy. In our degree plan, in the courses in our degrees, we offer classes like criminal investigation, which is a lecture class. We offer classes in vice narcotics. We offer classes in special topics, which Mr. Lorenz teaches one in forensics. And like I said, he is an expert in that field. he has the FBI call him to ask him questions about how should they investigate a certain crime. Um, if you are going to go into that field, you are probably going to be required to have a 4-year degree. And there are now many 4-year universities that teach forensics. 10 years ago, it was very difficult to find a school that taught it. But you can take our 2-year degree, and that's a very good foundation for going on to a school that teaches forensics solely, or where you get a degree in forensics from that 4-year school. So good building block, good foundation for what you want to do in the future. One other point, you can do that. You can work in forensics without being a peace officer. If you go to a large city like Austin, Austin PD will hire you as a civilian, and they will train you. They have their own training program there, as long as you have the background. So you can take our 2-year degree, go to work for APD, and they will put you through a training program for forensics. You can work in their crime lab. They are one of the few PDs that actually has a crime lab. You can work for Houston PD crime lab. You can work for a DPS crime lab. So the opportunity is there. All you need is that background, and that 2-year degree in criminal justice will open that door for you.
All right, thank you. Could you put his information in the chat? That way I can get everything.
Sure. And Desmond, it sounds like the criminal justice area is the good start for you. For
Yeah.
sure. Are there any other questions?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions from anybody else?
Very good questions, Desmond.
Indeed, indeed. So let me, I'll type that out and we'll go on to the next slide. Typing in, forgive me as I type here. There we go. There's a phone number for you, Desmond, to contact the program, Protective Services Program. So, all right.
Bruce.
Yes.
Can you change that number?
Sure.
Currently, our secretaries, they have both. We have 2 openings for in our department, so I don't have a office assistant at the moment. But you can put my number on there, 1608.
Okay.
Or probably during this time of the pandemic, email is probably a better point of contact. If you could you put my jon.cella@ctcd.edu on there?
Yes, I will definitely do that. Okay, so everybody just ignore that 1275 number. I'm putting up the correct number here. As Mr. Cella said, there's been some changes in their department with the administrators leaving, so they've had administrative assistants leaving. So there's a better phone number and his email. Email will probably be the most effective way to reach him, john.cella, CELLA @ctcd.edu. So
and also, if you would put Cliff up there, Cliff Osborne, Director, Police Academy.
Okay.
And his number is 1506.
And what is Cliff's role again? I'm sorry, I'm writing as well.
He is the Director of the Police Academy.
What's his last name?
Osborne, Osborne. And as a reminder, we will be back to school on the 23rd of August. So if you would like to come by and visit us, we welcome you. We're also having the open house on the 14th which is next Saturday, 9 to 2 o'clock. So anybody that wants to come by, we're going to be here. We're up on top of the hill. So when you get up here to go to the gym, just come across the street and you can visit us at the same time. You can see the police academy. There won't be anybody there because it is Saturday, but my faculty will be here, so you can talk to any of them that you would like.
There you go.
Thank you for the updates.
Certainly. Desmond, the easiest way, I'll put the building number. We've just got new building numbers. I'll put that in there. But the easiest way to find you, if you come into campus off Clear Creek, right there at the light at Clear Creek in Central Texas College Drive, just drive straight down to the 3-way stop. The Protective Services building is right across the street from that stop sign. You can't miss it. So let me find that building number for you real quick, and then I've got to do some digging around here. Like I said, we just got new numbers across campus, and all the numbers have changed. So
it's going to be 541, Bruce.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that. All
and
right.
Make sure you, when you come in that street, make sure you stop at that stop sign, or you will end up right in our building, because we are directly in front of that stop sign.
What was that building one more time? I'm sorry.
541.
541. 541. All right, cool. Great. Thank you for that. All right, there's that information. And again, that protective service is very easy to find. If you come in off Clear Creek, the corner of Clear Creek and Central Texas College Drive, you'll see a big CTC building right there on the corner. Just go straight down Central Texas College Drive to that three-way stop. And as Mr. Chella said, stop there, and the building is right across the street. You can't miss it. So, and if you take a right,
All right. Thank you for everything.
You are very welcome. Do we need to go back and do the paralegal video? We can do that if we need to.
That's fine.
Okay, if is everybody up for that? All right, let me share the screen here again, because I don't want to leave a department out. I want to make sure that we cover everybody, and I know we weren't able to do that one earlier. So, all right.
My name is Jason Heflin, and I'm here doing a paralegal degree here. The program is special to me primarily because it's something that I want to do in life and eventually become a lawyer and eventually work towards being inside the courtroom. So I think this is a good prep in order to educate myself enough to get inside the courtroom.
Actually, what makes our program so special and very unique, by the way, is that every single one of our teachers is a practicing attorney. We're not giving just some theory out of a textbook. We're telling you the way it really is because we do it every single day. We have actually two endpoints in the program. The first is just a one-year certificate, and that's primarily designed as a way to get qualified to at least get in the door at law firms. But ultimately, it culminates in an Associates of Applied Science in about 1.5 to 2 years. And that's really for those people who want to truly be paralegals or to go on to a bachelor's degree on the path to law school. Whether you want to just get into the field as quickly as possible, or you're willing to put more years in and ultimately be an attorney, CTC is the perfect start point.
Right. All right, so that covers all of the programs. So Charlotte, it's back in your court.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for your presentations. Really had some good information and good questions coming from Desmond. At this time, does anyone else have any further questions?
Miguel, Catherine, everybody else on the call good to go?
Okay.
Good
Are you
to go.
guys already registered?
Yes, I did register for my classes about a couple weeks ago.
Awesome. So again, if you guys have any questions about the public service, the teaching aspect, the child development, or any other, the police academy or so forth, I'm putting in the chat the link to the page for the Public Service Explorer programs, and you can go to that and then click on each individual program, kinesiology, Homeland Security, child development, whatever it may be. You'll see those videos there. You'll see a link to click on the degree program so you can find out exactly what you're needing to take, so you don't waste time taking courses that aren't going to benefit you and you waste money. And this way you stay on track and you get finished and you graduate quicker and on time and those kind of things. And it also gives you job opportunities and so forth that every department chair talked about with their specific department. So again, there's a wealth of information there. So use that link if you need some further assistance. So, okay. All right.
All right. And also, guys, as a reminder, I know we've mentioned it a couple of times. We do have our open house, which is on
this Saturday.
this Saturday. this Saturday. And then we also have our welcome back bash that's scheduled for August the 26th. So we've got lots of great things happening and about to happen around here. So get
Yeah, so
involved, get in there.
any of the programs that you're interested in, if you want to pop into the open house, it's 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Each department will have different activities, games, and information for you, so you can stop by, get answers to your questions. If you think of other questions as we end this meeting today, stop by and feel free to talk to the faculty. Will be there. They're ready to answer your questions, and they want to meet you. I mean, it's bottom line. They want to know who's coming into their program. So feel free to stop by and don't be shy. Ask some questions. So.
They also have hot dogs and chips and water for you too.
There you go. There's an extra incentive. So, and one more incentive, if you register to attend the open house, if you're one of the first 100 students to register, you get a free t-shirt. So, there you go. So, all right. So any questions or anything else we can help you guys with?
No, I am all good. Thank you for everything.
Well, thank you. We appreciate
Very
you guys
much.
being here. Thank you all the department chairs and all the representatives for donating your time today to help these students out. Students, thank you for taking the time to be here and learn about your potential program. So we appreciate your initiative and your interest, and we look forward to seeing you as CTC Eagles here on campus. So again, if there are no questions, take care, everybody.
Bye. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.